Hello and welcome to my documentary called Navigating Non-League. Now behind me is the International Stadium, home to Gateshead FC. There are lots of different football clubs littered around the North East, such as Sunderland, Middlesbrough and Newcastle United. Now the difference between them is that those clubs are in the EFL, which is the 92 best English clubs in the country. Gateshead FC reside in the National League, which is the division below the EFL. Now that is why I wanted to do my documentary here, because this club is not as financially secure as the other clubs, and today I'll be showing you why that is. Gateshead never in their history played in the EFL, which has been founded in 1977. However, they currently find themselves 5th in the National League, after being promoted from the National League North in 21-22. Now we're going to look at how the EFL will benefit Gateshead FC. So it sounds pretty good, Gateshead getting promoted. They get to play the 92 best teams in England, compete with the best teams in the world. And to be fair, it's only 3 promotions: League 2, League 1, Championship. And Wrexham were able to do it. I'm afraid it's just not that easy. I'm here outside the Sweet Direct Stadium, home to Hartlepool United FC, who side in the National League alongside Gateshead. Now, to get a better understanding of life like working for a National League club such as Hartlepool, I spoke to Josh, who works for Hartlepool United as a social media admin.
Yeah, so I'm Josh. I'm the media and communications officer at Hartlepool United. So I've been there for 2 years now. Previously I spent time at Gateshead, Gateshead FC, probably 3-4 years, with a host of roles from match reports, videography, and we wrote Hartlepool's just taking over them duties sort of full time. And there's a lot to it, you know, contacting external press. So we work with the BBC and all the local newspapers there, interviews, editing, videography, writing, everything from that. And then yeah, I've also worked for a few sort of newspapers freelance as well. So yeah, I think my role sort of covers everything digitally, from website to writing to video and everything around it.
So do you run like the different social media accounts?
Yeah, so I run the Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, everywhere, YouTube, TikTok. So yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good. So since you've worked there, Hartlepool have been a National League team, and what do you think the difference is between working as for a team that worked for the last 2 teams who worked for National League teams compared to working for a team in the EFL from your role?
Yes, I think for Hartlepool's one of the biggest sort of on paper National League teams. When I joined, it was probably a month or 2 after they just got relegated from the EFL, so the EFL structure was very much still there for like a League 2 side in terms of, you know, member of staff, fan base, everything around it. So I think Hartlepool could kind of get away with still saying, you know, EFL off the pitch, that sort of thing. Obviously there's a big difference from sort of Hartlepool to Premier League still. But myself, I'm sort of a Gateshead fan. I used to work for Gateshead, as I say. I used to work for another team called Hebden Town, who were Northern Premier League, so I think that's tier 7. So that's 6 leagues below the Championship and 7 below the Premier League. So that's such a massive difference, even from Hebden to Hartlepool. You know, tier 7 to tier 5. It's such a big difference. And you've got fan base, you've got, you know, the infrastructure, the ground, the training ground. You know, I guess the everything around it, the finances. Yeah, the potential reach. There's so much difference. But I think definitely non-league football is definitely rising. I think over the last few years. And yeah, I think to be fair, National League football is probably like League 3, I'd say, in terms of I think there's only two or three teams that are still part-time. I think there's so many full-time teams and quality teams that could easily get away with being a League 2, League 1 side. I mean, I remember a few years ago, Notts County and Wrexham, like both on up at the same year, and now they're flying. So yeah, I think, you know, National League isn't probably too much of a difference from League 2, but, you know, I'd say National League North is a massive difference in that sort of respect.
Yeah. What do you think? What would be? How do you think it would mean to the club to be back in the EFL, like from your role and from the fans?
Yeah, massive. Obviously, I wasn't really a part of the year that Hartlepool went down, but from what I'm led to believe is they kept very much the same. You know, so many teams go down and just relinquish certain roles, and you know they can say they don't need this, they don't need that. Whereas Hartlepool went down, and I think they kept the majority of like office staff on. So you know your secretary, your commercial people, your club shop people, all that, your media people. So yeah, I think going back up, you wouldn't see much change. I think it'd just more be a sort of better atmosphere. The fans would enjoy coming every week, rather than, you know, be a lot more turnouts. Probably bring more finances in. You know, you're playing the likes of Bradford and, you know, whoever else is in that league, Chesterfield, instead of, you know, your Wealdstones and your other teams, your Ebbsfleets. It's just a lot more traction. I think intrinsically being in the Football League, there's a lot more eyes on you rather than obviously being in the National League.
What does Gateshead FC mean to you?
Well, it's a team I follow. I'm a season ticket holder at Newcastle, but I'm really into non-league, and Gateshead's probably like my second team who I watch the most. I come down here a lot, normally on my own, but I'm waiting for someone today. But yeah, it's a team I watch a lot, and you know, it's a great little community, and you get to know a lot of the fans and things, and even just like people you don't really speak to, you get to know of names, and everyone's quite close.
And here we are, outside Gateshead Stadium for the last home game of the season. This is where their fate is decided, with a potential long overdue promotion on the cards and a potential takeover. What does life look like in the future for Gateshead FC?